Twisted Fairy Tales. The YouTube show you love to watch bring you an anthology truly top-notch. Over 14 stories and over 80 pages. Rest assured this is not for all ages, so sit back in your chair, drink up your ale, and grab your copy of Twisted Fairy Tales. Showcasing creators, both old and new, the Bargain Bin knew just what to do. Cool art, cool stories, all from cool scripts. To top it off, we added some sexy chicks.
Will Mr. Rattle's dreams come true? Who is the mysterious Dawn? Where does role of Rattle and Roll fit into this? Why did Mr. Rattle stow away to America? What is a jam? Where did Mr. Rattle get counterfeit money? Why doesn't Mr. Rattle have whiskers? All these and other questions will be answered in the first and following issues of Rattle and Roll.
Adventurers, beware. Evil lurks in the darkest corners of outer space. They're here to take over. Have no fear. Now you have the power to save the galaxy. Introducing Keshi Tailless, the 2-inch tall defender of the galaxy.
You'll never stop us, Tailless.
Think again, bad guys. Take that. Well done, adventurer. The galaxy is saved. Keshi Tailless comic book and other merchandise now available on Indiegogo. Back the hottest crowdfunding book of the year. Adventure lies in your hands.
Bargain bin, let's see what crowd is in. Baba Dave and his hair, he's old man, but please don't stare. Alright, he's on the bargain bin. Next on up is Jacobus, with computer skills most dubious. Can he play a video stream? Way, here is the bargain bin. Bonus section, it's area black. For the furries, he's got your back. Along with Neve, that rhymes with Steve. Can she weave? She'll knit you a sleeve. Whoa, they're on the bargain bin. It's on Monday night. If you're lucky, it's on time. It's a pile of shite, but to miss it is a crime. Just out the gate, it's Rob TP. He's not a dog, but he'll make you pee. Up for a laugh, he'll laugh at Oat. If he falls flat, he'll get his coat. Whoa, we are the bargain bin. You hear the bargain bin, huh? This is the bargain bin.
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year! How's it going, guys? Happy New Year!
Happy New Year to you as well.
Well,
New Year.
Happy New Year, Dave. Good to see you in the chat.
Hi, Dave.
Glad to not see you here on stream. Good to see you too, Goose.
Hey, Goose.
It wouldn't be a Goose message without a little asterisk following it.
Yeah.
Good to see Will from Creators Outlet. How you
Hi,
doing,
Will.
dude? Good to see
Evening,
you.
evening, evening.
Very good. So how are we going to start the show, guys? We don't have much of a plan.
Do we have a plan on this show?
2023 does not bode well already.
So, did you not see Rattle and Roll playing? Did you see Rattle, Justin?
No, I didn't see it.
That's all right.
Hang on.
That's all right. No. We'll play it later.
Yeah.
We'll play it later.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all right. It's all right. It's all right. Yeah.
What happened to that 30 seconds? What happened for the 40 seconds then that I played the rattle and roll intro? Was it just nothing?
R.I.P. Jack.
Yeah.
Really?
Just,
Oh.
Yeah, just a test card. Just a test card.
Oh, that's
Huh.
not what happened on my screen. But,
I'll tell you something. You know that test card? Can you bring it up?
of course I can. I have all the power in the world. There we go.
Now, when I was a kid growing up, see the green bit?
Yeah, this bit.
Supposed to be his body.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but it looked to me like that's a bald head as seen from 3/4 behind with a purple nose. And those two yellow dots, the buttons, right? Yeah, those buttons, they look kind of like, so it looks like a glossy, like a shiny bald head, green, with the purple nose as seen from behind. And that's what I always thought it was as a kid growing up. In fact, it was only a few years ago I saw a better quality photo of that, and I thought to myself, get the hell out of here. That's the body? Seriously. That's and there was an Antiques Roadshow. My mum was watching it the other day, and it had that doll, that rag doll on it, and you're like, oh, okay, yeah, I can totally see it. I can totally see it now. Yeah. You know what? When I get back to Germany, I'm going to take that. I'm going to doctor Dave's face on that. Or Justin's, you know. let's pick on the new kid.
Yeah, go for it. Why not?
We need some way of incorporating Justin into the theme tune. So
yeah,
you people in the chat, you're creative. Goose, you must be able to come up with some inventive way. How can we put Justin into the intro? I mean, other than just straight cutting.
Oh, I'm a gummy bear. Yes.
I'll spare you the rest of it.
Oh.
Rob and I each have our own ones as well.
I like them moving. I like them moving. I like them moving. Oh, you touch my tra-la-la. My ding-ding-dong.
There's enough of that.
Oh, you haven't seen those? Play the full ones. Play the full one.
No, I've seen the Ariel one from the intro, but the one of you in the intro, Rob's a bit different to that one. That one's just like, you look a lot older in that video.
Yeah. Well, you know, I think at that point I hadn't shaved for a couple of days. What I did was I used the face app and just did an older me and then put it through Wombo. Yeah. Where's the one where you're like the genie from Aladdin?
Oh, I don't have that. That's only on the intro.
Come on, you've got to have that.
No, I don't have it.
You got.
Do you still have it? If not,
well, I do, but not here. I'm using my niece's laptop at the moment, which is why the camera. Look at all that! Wow, check all that! Wow.
You easily amuse, Rob.
Totally. Look how many fingers I've got.
I've got that, what they call a HD camera, so it doesn't work.
Yeah, same here.
This is a Chromebook, so you know. But I'm very grateful. I am very grateful.
I thought Chromebooks are supposed to be good.
What can I say? I mean, this must be an older Chromebook, I guess. Yeah. Hey, seeing as I haven't got a computer here in England, so I'm pretty grateful to be able to use it at all. Otherwise, it'd be like trying to squeeze me in on my phone camera, you know. Me trying to read messages and stuff. What the bloody hell's that say?
So
right.
We've got a couple guests in the green room, okay? And we're going to bring them on. We're going to have a chat.
I don't know about Scotty. You just yap.
Speaking of, here he is. How's it going,
Scotty, talk to me.
Not good.
Not good?
Not good.
You okay? What's up, dude?
Why not good?
Okay. Dude, I'm gonna drop you out of the chat, okay? Because it's not the place for this, okay? I'll talk to you in a minute, though, okay? Right. Okay, so moving on. We got Hojo. How's it going, Hojo?
What's going on, lads?
Yo, 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 yo.
What's happening?
You know, same old, same old. Strikes.
Yeah.
Yep. You have a good holiday.
Yeah. Happy New Year, buddy.
Yes, Happy New Year to you.
So, what was your Christmas, New Year been like? Hopefully, happy.
Yeah, I have 2 small children, so seeing it through their eyes is pretty great.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
Okay. What was their favorite toy of the year?
I don't know. He's really into animals. Like he got this like a Komodo dragon stuffed toy, like a plush or something. He wanted to call it Commode at first, but that can mean toilet. So I was like, let's just go with Coco.
Commode. Komodo dragon. Is it Irish?
Yes, I know.
I'm gonna warn it to you. I'm Komodo dragon.
I know. But it was fun. He got his first Transformer, so we got him like the Transformers season 1, but we haven't had a chance to watch it yet, so he keeps asking. But it's coming.
Well, I hope you're talking like the TV show and not, his first Transformer for, transforming between 240 volts to 110.
No, that's right.
That's slightly less an exciting toy.
It's
What's
weird.
This, Daddy?
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Plug it in and find out. Or there's just 2 prongs. We'll make it fit.
That was the most Rob thing you could have said.
Yeah.
I like the tweet from the guy who says his kids told him, this is from a couple of years ago, the kids were like, oh, get us something frozen. So he got him a bag of peas. Nice. Well, I've seen your name about, but I don't think we've actually met online.
Yeah, I've seen you here a couple of times. I've been in the chat a few times.
Yeah. So tell us about yourself, if you don't mind.
So, I mean, I'm early 40s, like lifelong comic fan, and yada yada yada. The mainstream is what it is. Basically, it created me. So, I had an idea about 15 years ago. We were going to submit to CrossGen, but I was deployed, and I came back, and they were out of business.
Oh God.
So, life happens. Life, family, work, more work, houses. Ugh, it never ends. But and then I was just, you shelve stuff like that, and you're like, and then you see some of the comics, and you're like, well, I can do better.
Yeah.
And then you see, I started poking around. All roads led to all of this, and I saw what was going on around here, and I'm like, well, they're just doing it themselves, and they don't care what these people think. And well, they're just trying to tell stories, and they just have good art. And well, it's everything that I had walked away from, like the mainstream. I'm like, you people are shooting yourselves in the foot and cutting your throats at the same time.
That's tricky, actually.
Yeah, but they managed to pull it off.
That takes a lot of ambidexterity.
Yeah, so they were managing to pull it off, and so why not just create our own stuff and just do what we want to do?
I always are doing it for themselves. Sorry.
I always remember when I used to collect comics years ago, but I gave it all up because we were expecting our first child, and after he was about 10 or 11, I said, I really want to collect comics again. And my wife said, okay, go for it. And I remember looking in the comic stores for the first time going, what the fuck is all this?
I know.
It was such a different world I'd come back to.
The art too. I mean, you just noticed that stuff, the big time, fell off a cliff.
Yeah.
And then, at the end, you say, well, it's the writing that saves it. Well, I'm sorry. If the art's first grade level, I'm not going to want to read it. I don't care how high level it is. That's how comic books work. It's that symbiosis where you just work that fine line between the art tells the story and the story tells the art.
Yeah.
Well, most of the comic book legends have all left the profession now,
or been pushed out.
Yeah. I mean, thinking of the early days of Image and the people that were involved in that, I think was Jim Lee. He runs DC Comics now, doesn't he? Rob Liefeld pencils occasionally.
Yeah.
Silvestri pencils when he feels like it. McFarlane does his toys. I don't even know about that. I think Larson's still in it to some degree, but I don't know what. But
like Protaccio, I don't even know what he does anymore.
No, I don't know either.
So, I mean, they've all just an Image is a good inspiration for this book, because I was 10 years old when all of that happened, and I was just like, oh, well, I just got into comics. I've been into comics for like 2-3 years, and then that happened. I was just like, oh, I gotta have that. But then issue 2, I was like, I don't even remember issue 2 of Youngblood. So, but we're trying. I feel like a lot of us are trying to succeed where Image failed. Like, I wouldn't say failed, but like it lost steam after a while. So I found my artists like scouring through Twitter, like a madman. And a good exchange rate. He's from Greece, and he doesn't have that many published stories. So I was like, well, I don't have any, so that's great. Let's do this. He read the story and the concept. I had this like 15 years ago, and I've refined it, distilled it, got an editor, and it's ready to go. I have 13 of 24 pages completely colored. It's all pencils down.
He took the Tommy Mark approach to finding an artist, which is step 1, consider the exchange rate.
Yes. Yes. Oh yeah. He'd be like
how many drachma is that?
Can we do something for the people? Yeah. That guy's funny, man. He is one of the most brilliant internet personas I've ever seen.
Oh, come on. Hey, yeah,
he knows.
He's gonna inflate his ego.
I know. Yeah, he's got to clip that and put that everywhere. But it's
I know. Hey. You'll find out on the blurb of his next book.
Oh, I know. Yeah. I mean, I'm excited for it. And the thing is, I'm not really into that. Like, I don't read manga at all. I think I have one but that style, that art form, like Humberto Ramos, I can't stand that guy. Like, for Marvel, can't do it. But I'm excited for Kami Mark's project. Like, I got both of them.
Didn't even know Humberto Ramos was still active. Jeez, hasn't I haven't heard in a while.
Yeah, I know. Well, good. No, but I mean, art's subjective, So that's just me personally. But the thing is, with me, I don't think the world should conform to my point of view.
No.
Like over here, like CGUK and CG America, all that. It's just like they try to make it different than what it is. I think it's just people that they're just having fun, man. They're just doing their own thing. Just either don't buy it or piss off. Buy it or don't piss off. But it's a lot of cool stuff, man. I've seen a lot of talent just get overlooked, and I'm asking these people, I'm like, what do you do? They're like, here's my page rate. I'm like, all right, well, I'll get you for something. I can use it for something. Or if not, somebody else can. I collect all of this stuff. Like, I was in the military for a long time. Like, not a long time, but long enough. So I'm very detail oriented. I got lists upon lists and backup plans like Batman. So I had a problem with my anchor, so I had to pivot. And I got even a better one. So things work out. Like this trailer, though, I'm like so pumped about that. It's phenomenal.
All right. Talking of which,
if you want free artwork or cheap artwork, Bristolian Dave's always available. And he thinks this looks great, and I agree with him.
Like budgetary concerns. I mean, look what I've done with this. Just imagine if I had like double my budget. It would. I mean, for instance, for starters, I could put out more than 24 pages every couple of months. But it'd be good to put out 2-3 issues a year, build a following on this story, because it's only 13 issues and it's done.
Okay.
13 issues. You've got a 13 issue plan planned.
Yep.
Okay. We got to start somewhere. So let's check out the trailer for Mythicals #1.
Absolutely. Yeah, go.
In a world where creatures of myth and legend exist, a covert task force is charged with keeping humanity safe from supernatural threats. And when young Nancy Moon stumbles into the eternal battle between good and evil, she finds. Oh my God, will you shut up? What's happening? Agent Beckett here. Aren't you tired of stuff like that? Want something different? Roll the tape. Whoops. Sorry about that. That's a song I'm writing for my ex. Okay, here we go. Yeah, that's more like it. Alrighty. Welcome to the world of the mythicals. We have it all. Monsters, magic, government agents. He's the strong silent type. This guy, oh, gross, dude. Get some kind of cream or something. Lots of 90s style action. Pew, pew, pew. And that strong female lead alluded to earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Not to mention a dashing field commander with a great sense of fashion. Look at those glasses. South River Studios presents The Mythicals, Issue 1. Buy it if you dare. Oh, will you can it already? How'd you get free? Now beat it before I lose my cool. So what are you waiting for? Sign up today. Like right now.
Sign up today on Indiegogo.
Damn. That was cool. That was nice.
That's funny. That's funny.
Very funny.
Yeah.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Yeah, that was good.
Because I kept seeing, like, I watched like 3 when I first came around. All this was probably about a year ago, and I saw like a bunch of like in a world where I'm like, especially all the horror ones. I'm like, and then I was like, I just thought about. I was like, well, I'll just Deadpool the shit out of it. And so there, now I kicked around a few ideas. I got Pedro Ang to do some animation and got good stuff to do the trailer. There it goes. I got this guy named Pat Vale to do the trailer music. It sounded like it didn't come through on this. I've heard a few streams where it didn't come through that well. I'm getting it remixed.
We could hear it. I mean,
okay, sure. All right. Okay, maybe it wasn't coming through on my headphones. Cool. Right on.
It sounded good to me.
Right.
That was hilarious. That was trailer.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, it was great. It was great because it started off like any other book.
Exactly. Yeah.
And
I was like, we'll even do some creepy music because, like, I did the voices except for the female. Obviously, I'm not that good. But
Awesome,
it's pretty good. It's pretty fun.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so
hopefully people get it
in more than one sense of the word.
Yeah. Right on. Yeah.
So is the book itself like have a comedic tone, or is it a serious book?
Yeah, it's almost like my one-line pitch. I'll say it's Buffy the Vampire Slayer meets Wildcats, like from back in the day. With like a little X-Files like conspiracy type layered in. Because it has to do with like a government task force, and you can't have a government task force without a little bit of like MIB shadiness. And then,
is it going to have they're shutting us down every 5 pages?
No, because this is reality. It's all paper. Yeah. They're shutting us down. They're tearing the poster off the wall. Yeah, but they did that last season. So, but I can't help but inject a little bit of humor because I mean, life's too short. I've seen too many things to. I laugh all the time when people talk about complaining about all these first world and even second world problems.
Yeah.
Like, we'll be out in like 140 degrees in like a ghillie suit recording a conversation in Farsi, and you just don't even care anymore. Just piss yourself. But
you're gonna have to translate it to centigrade. What's 140 degrees? About 45 centigrade.
Hot as shit. Oh man, but I mean, it's I'm definitely gonna have a digital tier, so anybody like especially overseas doesn't have to worry about that.
Yeah, that's a Jacobus special question. What's shipping like for British subscribers?
Yeah, and we're actually I haven't even really looked into shipping yet, but I've been looking at this. It's called Pirate Ship, and they say like the Canadian ship, and it like cuts it in half, like the price. So,
Oh, right. Okay. Oh,
yeah,
good to know.
I'm gonna look into that. But I mean, I'm gonna try to get you the best deal, the best quality. You know, it's gonna be getting a Gemini mailer, of course, obviously. But and try to take care of everybody. And I had a cover done by Peter Gilmore.
Oh, okay, cool.
I know he's pretty popular over there.
Ah, he's all right.
Yeah. But he was a joy to work with. He got the concept. He hammered that thing out in like a week.
Oh, which one is that? The one on the right?
Right there, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the villain, one of the villains that's got like a thread. And this story eventually
he did that in a week.
Yeah, I know.
Gilmore has too much free time on his hands. I think on his last stream telling us about how he just bashed out a page that had like rain and all sorts of detail on it, and that he used to make shirts designs as well, like one every day. And I'm thinking, what the does he has like 25 hours in his day.
I know.
I think he's just possessed by something demonic that he can spurn out this stuff so quickly.
Like, do you bathe? I mean, how do you have time to do anything? I mean, how do you have any time to do anything? Like, I mean, does he draw on the toilets?
We haven't met him, so we haven't had the chance to do the smell test yet. So.
Yeah. But he was a great guy, man. He nailed it. Loved it. Like, I gave him a concept. I gave him like a rough thumbnail, and he's like, "Oh God, mate, I got it." Because I asked him, because I had one artist. Because I mean, obviously,
are we talking about Are we talking about the same Pete Gilmore? Because it sounds like I don't know. That's Columbo, wasn't it?
Just one more thing.
Well, she did it. But like, I had one artist turn me down just because of like the imagery. Like, I didn't want to like give it away and say, "Hey, this is who this person is." Like, I'm not crapping on religion or anything, but it's definitely a plot line in the book with this guy here, you know. But then I ran it by him, and he was like, "Oh, well, I'm not gonna tell you what he said, but he said he just drew something like 10 times worse." He's like, "I have no problem with that."
Yeah, I think he does stuff like that just for fun.
Yeah. Like, and I've seen some of his stuff. Like, he did like this Universal Monsters, like a Lon Chaney is the Wolfman. It was amazing.
Oh yeah.
You know, I could wax poetic about the horror stuff all day, but yeah, to answer your question in short and long form, like, yeah, there's some humor in the book.
Oh yeah, that's what I asked. I remember.
Yeah. I mean, Joss Whedon, for all his personal faults, was a damn good storyteller, and he could kind of lighten the mood sometimes when it would get too heavy on Buffy. And I still go back and watch that from time to time. It's good serialized storytelling. But once this book, like, once the story really kicks off, it turns into almost like this like a quest, like Pirates of Dark Water, if you guys remember that from the 90s. It's like they were looking for like these 8 pieces or like 9 or 10 pieces of this amulet to put together, and like, I guess something cool was supposed to happen, but it never got a season 2, so whatever. But
I hate those. You know, like, you get so invested, and all of a sudden, nothing.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, because it ended on this massive cliffhanger, and I'm like, well, that's cool.
Yeah.
No, nothing.
I tell you what, the worst thing is, they will sell those shows overseas. I've seen shows like that in Germany, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, cool. Let's see what about the next season. And then you look it up, and even though they've brought it out,
canceled for 2 years.
It was canceled bloody years ago. I'm like, why would you do that? Why would you do that?
I think it was the Fox television channel got a notorious reputation for shit canning shows after a season, even though they developed quite a strong fan base. Because one that I read about, which pissed off a lot of people when it got cancelled, was Alien Nation. And
I loved that show, man.
Yeah, and it was because of the backlash of the cancellation. Yeah, because of the backlash of the cancellation, they actually commissioned several TV movies to finish off the story.
I remember those too, man. I was pumped.
And the producer that cancelled it, he actually issued a public apology for cancelling that series.
It's right there. That goes to show, like, back then fandom had a voice. You know, like, it could really, like, if it was a strong enough reaction, like, oh man, like with Family Guy. All that. Nowadays they look at the fans like, we don't give a shit what you say.
Yeah.
We don't care about you people. Something's wrong with you if you don't like this.
Yeah.
Like, we're not bringing that back. It was full of fill in the blanks, istalipolophobe, whatever.
No, yeah.
The perennial example is Firefly. And Firefly was brilliant.
Yeah.
My God. I just love them stumbling over Chinese. My wife's Chinese.
yeah.
She doesn't understand a word of what they say.
She was like, you. I'm like, yeah, it's not Chinese. No. Yeah, that was a great show. I mean, and I remember like a couple years ago, there was like obviously I'm a fan of mythology. I wrote the mythicals. There was a show that was on the Sci-Fi Network. I think it might have been BBC commission, maybe, or Canada. It was like about this guy that was, he was basic. It was almost like Clash of the Titans. Like he ran into the guy that was Cupid, not the guy who flew too close to the sun. Icarus's dad. Like
Icarus.
Yeah, ran into Daedalus, and like at the end, Zeus ended up being like this gigantic half snake guy, and was kind of pointing. I don't know, man. It was really, really good, and it was done.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of?
There was a point in like the early 2000s where, like you've got the Discovery Channel. We have like, what's our equivalent of the Discovery Channel?
History. Or Yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've got Yesterday. They had. Yeah, it would have been Yesterday because I think it was called History or something, and now it's changed to Yesterday.
Yeah, whatever our version is usually that guy with the voice, David Attenborough, doing.
Oh
something.
yeah, I hear him doing BBC or the Blue Planet.
National Geographic kind of.
In like 2005, where they were doing weird stuff like that, where they would just make shit up. Just today we're doing Greek gods or whatever.
But are they based in reality?
Yeah. They don't look like me. I can't identify with them.
South Park parodied that brilliantly with the Pilgrims, the Indians, the first meal with the Pilgrims and the Indians, and were aliens at the first meal between. And they had Natalie Portman. And it turned out that you've seen the episode.
I remember. Yes, I remember this now.
Miss Portman,
you said Natalie
open your
Portman.
wormhole.
Yeah, man.
No. Behind Plymouth Rock, opening her wormhole, and you can see her legs in the air.
That just sounded so wrong.
And even as somebody that's like part Native American, I still laugh. I don't care.
That gets a Rob seal of approval.
It is those guys. Like, I mean, as long as they don't make fun of the Prophet Muhammad, fine, whatever. It's still comedy gold. They still have carte blanche to whatever they want, and you know. So I guess now I watched some of the current season. They still have some of those episodes where you just like, man, I'm glad the show's still on the air. Like, I watched one where like Mr. Mackey was like, he thought the Russians were. It was like the '80s again. He's wearing like a piano key necktie and listened to Simple Minds and stuff. And like he goes on there. It's like war games. Like, would you like to play a game? Like, yeah, you guys still got it. It's better than The Simpsons.
It always makes me laugh that Natalie Portman created a masterclass in where she teaches people how to act. I just think. Did you take your own class?
She can take it. Can she take it? Yeah.
What I wanted to ask about, mythology. What do you think about Percy Jackson?
Oh boy,
I think the first one was mildly entertaining, but I didn't want to watch the second one. I think the books were a lot better. I heard.
Okay, I've never read them. I only started watching the first film, and I was
first one was okay.
Is this a ripoff of Harry Potter?
I feel like somebody like ate some brownies, watched Harry Potter and like Clash of the Titans back to back.
Yeah.
It was like, you know what? This is it. Nobody's gonna ever figure this out, except for the first 10,000 people that watch it.
They'll never see this one coming.
Yeah.
I actually took my wife to see the first Percy Jackson at the cinema, and it was entertaining. but I don't recall if we ever watched any of the other ones that ever came
Yeah,
out.
I didn't watch it again. Like
It
my
was
wife,
my-
she's not a big Harry Potter fan, but I have like all except for the last 3 on DVD. So, and they do this real huge Harry Potter thing like downtown in my hometown every year. It's pretty big around here, but they don't have the license to call it Harry Potter, so they just call it like Wizards and something Wizards and Wielding Festival, but they like turn everything into like Harry Potter pretty much. It's pretty crazy.
I gotta tell
I mean,
you
she's a
guys-
good storyteller.
Oh, yeah, totally. I got to tell you guys about a photo I saw this week, and I've been trying to find it again.
Oh God!
I'm at my parents' house and looking through old photos, and in one album somewhere, and I saw it, and I should at least have taken like a mobile phone photo of it, because now I can't find it again. It's one of my nephews, and I think it was my grandmother who wrote underneath Jamie or Jacob meeting Harry Potter. And it's my young nephew, one of the young nephews, sitting next to some middle-aged fat guy with round glasses.
With round glasses.
And a lightning bolt on his forehead.
Took a Sharpie to his forehead and put a lightning bolt. Wow.
3-day growth.
Yeah. Harry. This is Harrison Potter.
This is Harry Potter. Don't sit too close.
Yes. Yes. He's not allowed near the elementary schools anymore.
Oh no.
Wow.
God.
Yeah. I remember I took a picture next to a cardboard cutout of Batman in like 1989, and I still got the picture, but I was telling everybody, I was like, no, it was really Batman. He was just like really being really still. Oh man.
Just look at the shine across his whole body.
Yeah. He just doesn't look right.
He was on a diet.
Yeah.
My mum's got a photo. When my mum and dad went to Madame Tussauds years ago. Oh God, I can't remember who it was. I think it was Patrick Swayze, the waxwork model of Patrick Swayze.
God.
It does not look like Patrick Swayze or whoever it's supposed to be.
Oh man, I had
Bono
one from
or
a
someone.
kid with Michael Jackson and E.T.
It's kind of like splayed on a bed, and my mum sitting next to him. I'm like, mind you, I got my photo taken in Hong Kong a few years ago with Albert Einstein. I did put my my dark glasses on him though.
By a few years ago, Rob. How many years were we talking?
Yeah. I was just wondering that one.
2019, just before COVID. Well, actually, no, the year before COVID. Yeah.
Well, that's even better. Yeah, because Hong Kong had a little bit of a rough time lately.
Yeah.
Totally.
The last time Stan Lee came to the UK for his last convention here before he passed, I got my photo taken with him.
Oh, nice.
Oh, I saw him there as well at London Comic Con.
Yeah, I've actually
got his
got it
autograph.
right here.
Oh, that's
You got his
amazing.
autograph? I never did. They've got it here. This is me, him, and
Hang on.
my son.
Nice.
Dude,
That's cool.
Yeah, I
Wow.
told my son just to stand there and smile, and he goes and pulls that pose instead.
You know, this Photoshop.
Yeah, not back then. But I got there early because I wanted to get his autograph on some comics, and I think the con producers overworked him, quite frankly, and he had to retire partly through the day, so I never got his autograph, and I was pissed about it.
Mm-hmm. You know
Speaking
what?
of
You know
little
what?
ones, I think I'm gonna pop off. They're awake.
Alrighty.
Thanks for having me on, fellas. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no
It was
problem.
Great talking to you. I'll definitely come back
You
again.
too. Cool.
All right.
Yeah, well,
Bye.
good to have you back.
Have a good one.
Tell you what, Justin. Just be glad he didn't do the whole Japanese thing.
No, I just remember saying to him, just sort of stand there with your arms like, in front of you, kind of like this, and just smile. And Matthew just stands there and goes, "I'm like, good one, Matt."
Nice.
Yeah.
Taylor's. Hurry up and fulfill this, Ari. I want to read this book.
I know, man. I know. Oh, Chris
it's got a.
Chris was that other guy. Good to see you, Chris. So,
alter ego.
Oh, we found his secret identity there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is Chris right now deleting all the videos off his Rev Scram YouTube. So yeah, let's talk about plans for this year then. So 23, and when we're watching the intro, and my video says "Back the hottest crowdfunding book of the year." That year was
I had
2
noticed
years
that.
ago. Which, if there's one thing I've learned about a crowdfunding campaign is that I was nowhere near as close to the finish line as I thought I was when I started this campaign. Oh, check that out! Look what Justin's got.
Hey, how come he's got one of those and I don't?
It's because he bought one of the nice fancy orange ones.
Yeah.
Oh, fair enough then. Fair enough then.
And it still smells of pumpkin spice.
Good. Good. I carved each one of those out of pumpkin myself. Expiry. There's about a 2-month shelf life on them, and then they start to go a bit brown or whatever. But yeah, when I started this, the prediction was I'd have it done by the end of the year because I thought I'd just finish it like that. But I don't remember how many pages I had left, like maybe 20 pages left to draw. But when you've got 20 pages left to draw, plus your job to do, and at the time I was working shifts, so it was like I'd be in either super early in the morning or super late at night, and then, real life to deal with. 20 pages turns into a whole lot more than what it was. But
yeah,
the book's finished now. I did over December. In the end of November, I posted an update saying that the PDF was finished, which was here. And you can see there's 152 pages. And then I went over it during December. I made some revisions, and now there's more pages. So you're getting more out of it. And I've sent it to a couple of my relatives to do a spell check, and they've sent me some things to do. I've sent it to Rob as well, and he's sort of the primary spell check. So I'm sure Rob's going to send it back with about 200 revisions to make.
Yeah, I'll only send back 149 pages that need to be changed.
Yeah,
I'll spare you the one page.
Yeah, well, the first and last page don't have any words, so you can discount those.
Oh, well, that makes it even easier.
And yeah, so hopefully once that's done, I can go to print with this. I'm gonna do a couple versions of the print, I think, to see what paper quality is best, see what kind of cover is best, and all that. I wanted to go hardcover with these books. That's the plan, and that's what I'm going to aim to do. The only problem is the shipping and the fact that
I was going to ask about that.
So so long as I can do it and it's affordable, and it factors in, to the budget that we raised, then we'll go hardcover. If not, we'll just make it the most premium quality softcover. It doesn't matter about this the solidness.
You want to go hard, or do you want to go floppy?
Rob's a good speller, and yes, this book is a thick boy.
Was Dave talking about the book or himself?
The story of Dave. This is a thick boy.
I think he spelled thick with a. Shouldn't that be with a CC?
Yeah, I think so.
Was it something to do with milkshake bringing boys to the playground?
No comment.
Right. So that's Taylor's. That's the plan. Hopefully, this will be out within the next few months. And I mean, I've got a wedding to do in February.
Oh boy!
It'd be around.
You do? Yeah. Whoa! Nice. Have you got a date?
February 4th. That's the day.
All right. Interesting. Yeah. Okay, cool. Nice.
And then after that, we'll do something else. I've got a few ideas for projects. What I want to work on is affordable projects like Lucifer Storm did, where he did his £2, £3 comic books. I've got some ideas. of how to make that viable, because I can't do what he did and do a 30-page book for £2.
Yeah.
But I've got some other ideas, and yeah, that'll probably be 2023 for me. So, Rob, what are you sharing?
What the hell?
It's like Albert just getting some ideas from me, you know. Actually, yeah, 14th of March. It's his birthday, isn't it? 314. It's the first three letters of first three numbers of pi. Is actually Albert Einstein's birthday. Right, goodo. Yeah, you know what my resolution is, to finish bloody Rattle and Roll. If you're saying, you know, it took you had 20 pages to do.
Yeah, something like that.
I'm now 50. Well, I haven't been home for like the past couple of weeks, so 55% I've finished. 55%. So, and that's taken me so long, but it will take a little bit more. And then, of course, there's you know, yeah, I want to get it really pretty much finished before I jump. Put that back up. Put that back up. Rob so old he helped discover gravity. Dave so old. Dave so no. I'm not going to say anything about gravy. Right. Okay. Moving on. So, yeah.
Dave, this is the reason you never get any Valentines. Because that's the wrong day.
So yeah, Rattle and Roll 2. I want to have it finished ASAP, but I've got other life stuff going on. I need to get a real job. For the majority of people who possibly know, I work as a freelancer, and I need a proper paying job because of stuff, and that's about it. And that's all I'll say for that. So, but yeah. I'm pretty happy with the way it's looking so far. I put out Rattle and Roll 1 just completely off my own back, without, you know, any crowdfunding or anything. I just put it straight onto Amazon because I hadn't met any of you guys yet. And then, you know, I met you guys, and I took a look at. Am I boring you, Justin? And I and I took a look at what other people were putting out, and I thought to myself, damn, I got to up my game. So yeah, that's why it's kind of taking a lot longer than I would have originally envisaged. Cheers, buddy. Appreciate that.
Yeah, but when you get it Rattle and Roll 2 done, I think we've all got to make a big push then to get this book out there, because I think it's worth it. I think if the idea, the property is that good, so we'll make a big effort.
Thank you. Cheers, man. Thank you. You guys.
But Rob, give us a date. When do you think it's going to be done? Have a guess.
Dude, if I can really, really kick myself up the ass, and I'll say, you know, I really want to get it done. I think it's sometimes a fine balance between, you know, life's obligations, and then you've got motivation. Yeah. Tell me, Aria, like, were there times where you like, I have to do it, and that kind of pushed you away from wanting to do it?
Yeah, definitely, 100%. Once I'd finished with the artwork of Tailless, then it was a pain to get it finished, because the graphic design part of it is the boring bit, and I haven't done any serious drawing now for months because I've been working on putting the PDF together, and that takes ages, just because there's like I don't want to spend hours just placing text, like getting it like point perfect on the page. But that's another thing I didn't take into account, is the tedious elements of creating a book. So
right.
Yeah, 100%.
Cool.
So Dave thinks you'll be 75%.
Well, David. Yeah, andale.
Yeah, Dave, maybe you want to consider doing something like getting 4 pages written and then getting them drawn. So you've got start, and then maybe that'll provide inspiration for you to finish the thing. So
yeah, definitely. I mean, that's actually good advice, because I think a lot of people probably think, oh yeah, I'll do a book, and if they've never done like 2 or 3 pages, that's a huge leap to go straight into because it just looks like an unsurmountable hill.
Yeah.
Whereas, like for example, Arya, you did Taylor's in bits. Really,
that was the exact reason why. Is because I've got these ideas for big stories, and the next Taylor's is going to be the start of the big story. But if I tried that 3 years ago when I started doing the Taylor's mini comics, it would have looked like shit. I wouldn't have been able to draw the scenes I envision. It would have been, I would have had to, what I was doing in the early mini comics, and you'll see it when you read the book, is there's often panels, almost every panel now, if I could draw it again, it would be a totally different angle, totally different pose, totally different camera placement or whatever. And it would be how, like, I still have the vision in my mind of how I would have drawn that page. But I just physically did not have the tools in my tool belt to be able to create that image at the time. So
I appreciate that.
The reason I didn't.
That's the reason that George Lucas gives for doing episode 4 first. You know, what he wanted, what he envisaged for the first 3 episodes was way too complex for the technology at that time. And myself, I mean, like, when I look back, I mean, I only got I went self-publishing. And in the last few years, I've been published in, let's say, obviously Twisted Fairy Tales when it arrives, but also Wizard in the USA, and I've got another strip that's coming up in an Irish comic coming up later this year. But these are things, right, that you know, it's taken me absolute effing years to actually get to the point where you're actually seeing my stuff in print. Okay, I had some like one-off illustrations in different publications in Germany, but actually getting comics and like comic strips, like apart from Rattle and Roll, if I didn't have Rattle and Roll, I would probably only have about 12 pages in print so far of my whole life, which is very, very little, really, you know? So, yeah. So Rattle and Roll 2 will be finished. I've got other stuff that I'm doing, as I say, for another comic. I've also submitted another strip to another comic. Let's see if they take it. Okay. So I would like to see, you know, I've got an Excel file. Dave likes Excel files. I've got an Excel file with how many... Dave loves Excel files. He's the Excel king, according to Dave. Hey, back me up, Arya. Back me up.
That's not a good spreadsheet.
So, no, basically what it is I just wanted to see for myself, you know, like how many pages of me are there out there, you know? And
that's not including the photo shoots you did in university, right?
No. Yeah. So really it's about 35. And then you look at people like, you know, like there have been... I bet you do, Dave. Dave's spreadsheets come out with... no, Dave, not bed sheets, spreadsheets.
Yeah, Dave loves it when there's a good formula.
Yeah. So, you know, I would like to see myself having 100 published pages by the end of 2023.
Oh, yeah? That's...
Well, I've now got... so far out there is about 33. 33, 35, something like that. With Rattle and Roll 2, right? Rattle and Roll 2, that's going to bump that up to 67.
Okay, yeah. Totally.
Yeah,
You've got to
so
do another 30 pages then.
yeah.
finish
But
the
like,
game.
you know, like we were saying for Dave, and you know, you can do 2 pages, 3 pages within a fairly short amount of time. When it comes to automatically going straight in and doing, you know, 24 pages, 32 pages, that becomes more of a challenge and more daunting for some people, right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. That's what I was thinking when I said to Dave, like, just do 4.
Yes.
Because if anything, it'll just give you the inspiration to carry on because you'll want more. You'll want to see what
absolutely.
happens.
Absolutely. Breaking that first step of actually getting something and having it in your hand. And I'm not talking about your spreadsheets yet, Dave. Having something in your hand.
You put this
breaking that first step, it's a huge motivation. You know, like, let's put it this way. Back in 2012, I started sending, I think I've sent about 15 pages over the years to Viz. And you know what? I don't know how many pages I've sent to Viz, but, you know, the first, 4 or 5 submissions, it was always, we like it, but it's not what we're looking for at the moment. And I'm like, they gave me a semi-bite. They were like, okay, we really like this. We'll probably take it for the Christmas issue. Or no, for a summer issue. And then they've never got back to me. I'm like, and that kind of stuff, it kind of dispirits you. It kind of pushes you back. And it's like, well, is there any point to it, you know?
Yeah. I haven't done as many submissions as you, I don't think, because I never went down that route. But I did some last year for when I was looking for work. I did that Warhammer piece. I don't know if you remember it. That's
right, yeah.
And you know, there's like a week's worth of work, and then I stayed up really late the night before to get it done for the deadline, and it just didn't come to anything. So,
I know. That
demoralizing, right?
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
So
absolutely.
But all the best, Rattle and Roll.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
And let's talk about Justin's stuff then. Justin, you seem to pump out a book every 5 minutes or so.
I wish it was every 5 minutes ago.
Like Justin's like the alien queen with eggs.
I wish. No, obviously Crescendo Station came out and it got some good reviews, including one from this American chap. It was one of my first books he'd read, and he gave it a glowing review saying that he hoped there was a second in the series. And for the record, it was only meant to be a one-off with an open ending. And after he wrote that, I thought, well, shit, I guess I better write a second one now. So I will get round to that. But Crescendo Station, its audiobook is now in production. The same lady that did the audiobook for Atara Station, she is doing the same for this. And I love what she does because she accompanies certain parts of stories in the narration with like music to match the scene to give it a bit of oomph. And when I said to her this was a sci-fi horror, she went, I know what I can do here. And I heard the submission piece she posted in ACX and it was brilliant. So I can't wait to see what she does with the rest of it. But Crescendo Station, it was not a fun book to get out because of what I went through with the editor that I was using at the time. I haven't gone into that publicly, but needless to say, her personal views were conflicting with what she was supposed to be doing. And in the end, I had enough and basically finished relations with her. So I found someone else now, but it took me a while to sort of get me backside in gear and get something else in the pipeline. But around about that time, BBC launched the BBC Maestro site, and it was their version of essentially Masterclass. And I thought, well, I don't think anything now I can use. And then I saw there was a course in writing popular fiction from Lee Child, who wrote the Jack Reacher books, and I thought I'll do that, and I got it in the Black Friday sale and sat and watched his lectures and what he had to teach, and I'm now currently working on the outline for, well, the brief outline for what will be my next book. And yeah, that's right. Yeah, there you are. Yeah. And so far it's turning out to be something very different from anything I've written before, because some of the stuff that Child imparts in his course I think is amazing knowledge. But yeah, as Dave has said in the chat, my previous editor was unprofessional, and yeah, it was not a fun experience. So that almost derailed the book in the long run. But yeah, thankfully moving forward and on to better things.
Why was that comment accompanied by a sticky tongue out winky, David? Cheeky bastard.
Yeah.
I've never professed to be an editor, but a proofreader. Yeah. Oh, that's another thing. Anybody out there who's looking for a proofreader, I've done it for years.
I've also been encouraged by other authors I speak to set up my own Patreon, because it turns out having beta readers read the unpublished chapters is a blessing in disguise. Because one of the authors I speak to, she actually said that some of her beta readers actually pointed out a massive plot hole in one of her books, which she was able to fix as a result of that. And I thought, wow, that could be handy for me. So once I've got my finished art for it, I'm going to set it up. Yeah, because it's kind of funny. There was a bit in Crescendo Station which this lady who reviewed the book pointed out to me.
Spoilers! La 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 la.
Do you want me to not tell this story?
No, you've told it already, so I know what it is. I'm just asking around.
Yeah. A slight spoiler. There's a scene where two characters have to swim from this craft at the bottom of the ocean into this station for something, and she goes to me, they would have been crushed because of the pressure, right? And I said, yeah, but it was creative licensing. They did it in Abyss, so I'll do it in this. And she went, fair enough.
Yes, the rule of cool.
Oh yeah. If it sounded cool, so that's why I did it. So if I do write the sequel, I'll just write in a throwaway line to explain it and go, carry on.
Exoskeleton suits.
Yeah, exactly. So
mind you, their head would be crushed.
Absolutely, but it was a cool scene to write at the time. So yeah, I did it without complaint. And the funny thing was, the editor didn't pick up on it either. So it was kind of funny in the long run. But yeah, Crescendo Station was one I was proud to see out, because it was a very personal story. It's one that I wrote it for me, basically, because of my love of the old 80s underwater movies that came out. So that was my little homage to that. And now I'm moving on to other things.
I think your comment about, that the editor didn't pick up on it. Let's be absolutely honest. Not all editors, not all readers have got a degree in, like physics. They don't even have an O level in physics. So not everybody would have picked up with that, of course.
Well, like Arius said, it's the rule of cool. If it sounds good, do it. And no one complained about that particular scene. But I think at the end of the day, people are just looking to be entertained. So
for sure,
as long as they're entertained and the story is written well, which I hope it is, I'm happy. But that review I got from that American bloke just made my day. And even my mum saw it and she went, "You've got to write the second one now." So yeah, thanks, Mum.
Okay. Here's a odd question. Is there a comic book of yours in the pipeline somewhere? I worded that very strangely then. Have you got any plans to write a comic book?
Yeah, I've written the outline for one. Me and Peter, who's my cover artist for every book cover you see there except for one, she's talked to me about writing one, and I said, yeah, but let me just come up with a story I'm happy with. And the way I wanted to sort of structure it was if it was like an 80s or 90s action movie of some kind. And I come up with the outline. I sent it to her, and she said, "Okay, can you just do this instead of this?" And I went, "All right." And I changed the outline, and she said, "Okay, I like that." So at some point this year, I'm going to start writing it, and
wouldn't it make more sense to take one of your most visually appealing stories that you've already written and then break that down into like chapters, like comic strip, cliffhanger, comic strip, cliffhanger, adapt it for comics?
We've had that discussion
as a bit of a training ground.
Yeah, we've had that discussion because I either wanted to adapt one of my previous books into a graphic novel or come up with something new. And ideally, as much as I want to offer something new to readers to say, okay, this is what I can do in a comic medium. She did suggest doing that with one of my old books. So it's an option I'm considering because one of the first proper books I wrote was Crush Depth in the Bikini, which is actually there on the screen. And that's very much an underwater horror movie as story as well. And she suggested that one. And I said, well, I could do. And I was umming and ahhing about it. But yeah, it's an idea, but it's just something we really have to sort of sit down and discuss because, again, she did the cover for that and she knows the world. So yeah, it's an idea, but I know it sounds a bit presumptuous, but I just wanted to do sort of something new to begin with, rather than just adapt something that I'd already done before. But again, yeah, it's up in the air for discussion right now. But the discussion we did have about any book, if I did do it, was to say, okay, if we do this, let's have all of the line art done before we launch in the Indiegogo, so we can fill it quickly, so that it looks good in our sort of portfolio in the long run.
Yeah, I mean that's exactly my thinking. I didn't want to start a campaign and then have people waiting, like a year and a half for it. It's unfair on the readers and it sours the taste in the mouth. So, yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I appreciate that some of these books do take time, but there have been a couple that I've backed that are into almost 3 years late, and no, that's where I sort of start to lose my understanding of the whole thing. Because one of the ones I backed was the Dragon Guard, and that was supposed to have been fulfilled in, I think, October last year. It's still not appeared, and the updates have already been sparse, to say the least. And of course, it's past the point where I can get a refund. So it is what it is.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got one more thing to do before we wrap up the show. Then I've got this random what do you call it?
Generator.
Fortune.
Did anybody give themselves resolutions this year?
Just to improve on my craft. Basically, that was it.
Get a job. To be honest, I've been self-employed for so long. I haven't worked. I haven't been in employment for a very long time. It's going to be a whole new world. A whole new world.
Mine was just to drink more water, but that doesn't make for a very interesting show.
Hey, me as well.
But I found this, and sometimes it gives you absolute bangers, like give Craigslist casual encounter section or whatever.
Yeah, my missus would love that.
Yeah.
So let's do one each, and
is that 2018?
Yeah.
See, Justin, editor.
Yeah.
Editor. I spot this stuff.
Okay. In 2018, I, Aria Black, resolved to enjoy life without posting about it, which I really do anyway.
Yeah, you don't post that much.
Okay, spend more time making eye contact than staring at my phone.
Yeah.
Okay, let's work on this one then. So I'll do the rest of the show like this, and I've got to figure out
Bring
how
Scotty back.
Oh boy, here we go.
Let's find out what Justin's got to do.
Look into my eyes. Look into my eyes. Don't look around the eyes. Look into my eyes.
Not frequent any dining establishment that has a drive-through. Yeah, that's probably not a bad one considering how much I weigh.
Okay, I'm very sorry, but no more McDonald's for you, Justin.
Oh, I quit that shit a long time ago. Use
exercise, not food.
Yeah, you know.
That works.
That's pretty fair. That's pretty fair. Yeah. Finish everything on my DVR in one sitting. Hell, I don't have a DVR. I've got Amazon Prime. So, DJ, spin that shit.
Okay, let's just replace my guilty pleasure with guilt-free pleasures.
God, that sounds boring.
Okay.
Yeah, but like guilty pleasures sounds like I would be guilty about it. I'm like,
yeah.
Alrighty, cool.
Oh, well, so everyone who's watching should go and click the links in the description. We've got all the bargain bin books there, including Rattle and Roll, including Tailless, including all of Justin's what's the word? Library
novels.
All of Justin.
What's the word? Books. I think the word you're looking for is books. Justin, editor.
And with that, we're done. I'm going to play the Rattle and Roll trailer. Bye-bye.
I think it...
Will Mr. Rattle's dreams come true? Who is the mysterious Dawn? Where does Roll of Rattle and Roll fit into this? Why did Mr. Rattle stow away to America? What is a jam? Where did Mr. Rattle get counterfeit money? Why doesn't Mr. Rattle have whiskers? All these and other questions will be answered in the first and following issues of Rattle and Roll.
Bargain bin, let's see what crowd is in. Baba Dave and his hair, he's old man, but please don't stare. Alright, he's on the bargain bin. Next on up is Jacobus, with computer skills most dubious. Can he play a video stream? Way, here is the bargain bin. Bonus section, it's area black. For the furries, he's got your back. Along with Neve, that rhymes with Steve. Can she weave? She'll knit you a sleeve. Whoa, they're on the bargain bin. It's on Monday night. If you're lucky, it's on time. It's a pile of shite, but to miss it is a crime. Just out the gate, it's Rob TP. He's not a dog, but he'll make you pee. For a laugh, he'll laugh at Oat. If he falls flat, he'll get his coat. Whoa, we are the bargain bin. You hear the bargain bin, huh? This is the bargain bin.